stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Houseman Field for tonight's NPSL matchup between two teams that are no strangers to each other, and it is going to be a great night tonight for sure as DCFC brings their team and their supporters, the Northern Guard, all the way to Houseman Field in Grand Rapids to take on GRFC. On behalf of GRFC, Grand Rapids, my name is Justin Harnden. I'll be here all night to you, a member of Detroit Sports Media, calling the shots here on this blistering hot temperature day. Two teams definitely know each other. Detroit City's second time to Houseman Field. The last time, they were on the wrong end of it. A 5-2 victory here. Goal scored by familiar people, and Scott Doney, who's on that starting roster tonight for GRFC. Last time they visited Grand Rapids was a game at Fifth Third Ballpark, which they did win 2-0. In recent history, GRFC win it at Hamtramck and came out with 3 points in a 2-0 victory there. Goal scored by Doney again as he continues to go at DCFC, and a goal in the 90th minute by Morris Kamara, who starts the game on the bench. Lineups and rosters for both teams. DCFC starting off in a 4-4-2. A lot of different names here that you would not expect to see for DCFC. A lot of familiar people that you might expect being on the roster as well that are not. Cyrus Sadie doesn't make the trip. The goalkeepers, a whole bunch of other stuff hasn't made the trip here to GR. But in goal, you got number 1, Damon Favreau. 2 center backs in front of him, number 26, Corey Miller, and captain and DCFC stalwart, number 3, Jimmy Fiskus of Michigan State University. At left back, number 40, Kervin Kenton. At right back, number 16, Matthias Tomasino. 2 center mids ahead of him, number 21, Harvey Moyes, and number 98, Brandon Bartel. At right mid, number 31, Jonathan Barnes. And at left mid, number 27, Jakob Svahilik. And then up top, number 35, Jake Riddell. And number 12, Brogan Shrimpton. Most people know Brogan around here as well. Played last time at the Risers, now plays collegiately at Davenport University, which is about 15 minutes south of here. And we're off here and running, and DCFC looking to attack right away. Big long ball played up, intended for Barnes, goes out. GRFC lining up in a 4-3-3 formation. That means 3 center mids trying to stifle that center midfield system. In goal, GRFC fan favorite Noah Fazekas didn't get a chance to play in that DCFC game at Hamtramck as he was out injured. In front of him, 2 center backs, right center back, number 4, captain Tony Deacon, and alongside him, Trent Vector, number 6. At right back, number 44, Jordan Athiba, who just went to ground there. As Fahilik comes in, plays the ball to the middle, looks like Shrimpton on the ball. Plays negative, and GRFC get out with pressure. A lot of work there for GRFC as we take a tumble in there. No foul, no call. It's going to be a physical game today for sure. Left back, Caleb Polstowait for GRFC, plays all over the field. Look for him to get involved in the attack as well. 2 holding midfielders tonight, number 8, Cam Cavanaugh, and number 22, Derek Sutton. An attacking center mid, number 7, Anthony Bowie. Up top on the left side, number 19, the Jamaican sensation, Kenroy Howell. On the right side, Matt Whalen, number 9. And up top, the DCFC giant killer, so to speak, Scott Doney, number 12. In the second minute delay here, ball spin on the end of GRFC so far. Throw taken in, intended for Moyes. Riddell on the ball now. Plays it out wide. Postal weight sort of clears it off. DCFC's going to be a throw-in on that far side. A lot of stuff you'll see tonight for GRFC. Multiple players do have the ability to take a long throw-in. Nobody better than number 6, Trent Vector. So that ball gets in the offensive third for a throw-in for GRFC. Look for him to come up and take it. Bowie and Postal weight, no strangers as well. And talking to head coach Lewis Robinson before the game of GRFC, you know, it's one of those games where he says it's not really a must-win game, but it's really important to win it. Looks like a little boot to the head there off of Vector, unintentional, of course, because he did win the ball. Center referee's going to go check on him and see what's going on and see everything's okay. Yeah, Lewis Robinson said before the game, it's not really a must-win game. I mean, a win helps for sure, but it's one of those ones where you just got to get some points out of there. The playoff fate, realistically, it could be sealed today for GRFC. If GRFC gets a victory and Columbus drops any sort of points in the remaining games, GRFC will qualify in those top one or two spots. Of course, that top spot is going to be AFC Ann Arbor, who's dominating that Great Lakes division of the NPSL, sorry. Looks like DCFC is going to sit back in that 4-4-2 a little bit and let GRFC possess in their own defensive third, as their line of pressure is way deep. And it looks like you're going to have Atheba and Vector, as it looks like Vector and Sutton sort of rotate too, as Sutton sort of comes back into that space as Postal weight's up there. A lot of rotations in. Doney tries to lay it out for Bowie, not able to do so. Misplayed by Moyes. This is Kenroy Howell, the Jamaican sensation. On the ball on the far side, not able to keep it in play. You can hear the noise in this stadium right now as we're right directly above the Northern Guard, the supporters group for DCFC. That was a free kick over there, a little touch foul. Postal weight's going to take this one. Look for Doney and Vector to be the targets of this one. Actually, looks like Kavanaugh trying to find it. Kavanaugh gets up for it. Just missed by Whalen. Whalen, point-blank range opportunity there to put the ball on the net of Favaro. But it got flicked out, and it's going to be a corner kick for GRFC. Just like he's done all season. If he's on the field, Kenroy Howell takes all of those with his left foot. So it's a left-footed in-swinger. Height advantage out there for sure. Scott Doney goes about 6'4", 6'5". Vector's about 6'3". Whalen's about 6'3", 6'4" as well. So definitely a height advantage in there. As Postal weight checks short. Howell goes to the far post. Looks like that was Kavanaugh on the target. Turns, and it's in the back of the net right away. Matt Whalen just buries the ball with his left foot. Not able to get it. Look at Kavanaugh at the far post. And Whalen finds the ball on his favored left foot, just about 7 yards from goal, and there's nothing that Favaro could do. Whalen takes that ball out of the air one time, hits it right in there. Howell with the in-swinger off the corner kick, off the head of Kavanaugh, and then Whalen makes no mistake about it, and inside 5 minutes, GRFC finds themselves in a 1-0 advantage right off the bat, and you couldn't really come out any better than that. Really, your second really offensive chance in the game goes in the back of the net. You've defended fairly well in 5 minutes, and now DCFC's got to fight from the back foot, and GRFC can sort of relax just a touch more. Shrimpton wins that one, and into Vector now. Kavanaugh just turns and hits it. Doney not able to find it in there, as Fiskus is under almost no pressure by Doney. Plays the ball to the left flank. This is Kenton coming up. Svihilic thought about a little back heel to Kenton on the run, decides against it. Little quick 1-2 pass in there. Looks like Shrimpton's going to try to save it, not able to do so, and it's going to be a GRFC goal kick for Fazekas to take. Yeah, you thought those targets of Doney and Whalen and Vector were probably the targets on that corner kick. Howell just sort of hits it a little bit long, maybe intentional, and Kavanaugh just drifts to that back post and heads it right back where it came from, and there's not much that Favaro could do. I mean, the ball's hit blistering pace from Whalen. And that moves Whalen's goal total. He now leads GRFC's goal tallies on the season. That's his 6th goal. Doney and him came into the game tied at 5. Now Whalen sits a little bit of ahead. And DCFC just letting those backs for GR possess the ball. Postal weight picked off. Vector overruns it. Ball played through. This could be a chance for DCFC as he's pacey in there. And he got the ball across. He had Shrimpton who dropped off. Actually, number 12 just sort of dropped off into that midfield space. Not able to find it in there. Ball's going to be deflected off of Sutton, it looks like. It's going to be a corner kick now for DCFC. Their first of the match. Svihilic goes over to take it. Howell's the only GRFC player up the field as he sort of switched with Doney now. It's going to be a right-footed outswinger. Shrimpton making Fizikis' life a little bit of a mess. Athiba's able to head it out. And then Kavanaugh blocks the follow-up half-volleyed shot from Bartel. Bowie with a hard touch there. Kavanaugh does come through it, clears it, gets taken out now. Referee's looking to try to keep it in play. Bowie's now in. Howell's got to run in, and Bowie decides to go into Whelan. So there's a lot of people on this stream, stayed up overnight over there. It's about 1 or so o'clock if you're in Ireland watching this game. Referee brings it back for a foul. Foul's called against Moyes. It's committed by Bowie. It's going to be a free kick opportunity here. Free kick right now with the sun at the back of Fizikis. That sun here at Houseman Field, with Houseman Field going east and west, absolutely gets brutal. You can't see because you can't see Favaro. His hand's constantly up just to block it, just so he can see stuff. Svihilic's going to take this. GRFC holding the 18 fairly high. Spends the ball to the back post. 2 open players for DCFC on the back post, just skinned it. Fiskus is one of them, couldn't see who the other one is, but 2 open options there. Fortunately for GRFC, they're not able to put that back in. Already early in this game. Fizikis, no rush to take it, does play short. I said DCFC just drops off and lets him play in. A much different DCFC team today, as you can see it, as they try to play Riddell through, not able to do so. A lot of players didn't make the trip for Detroit City. Foul called on Scott Doney there. It's going to be a free kick, DCFC. So it's a lot of players that you might not have expected to be here. Not sure what happened at training this week. Could be injuries, could be players on already had planned breaks. That ball's played in long. Postal Wade's able to head it clear. Kavanaugh bravely sticks his head in there. But a lot of different stuff. So it might not be the exact formation or exact shape you might see, but these could be a lot of players who might not have played a ton this year looking to make a name for themselves. A good opportunity for these guys to do it in front of Coach Ben Perman for DCFC. You know, that's that team that you want to look at, and we've been talking with Robinson as well before the game about this situation. A lot of players you might not have seen before. He said that's where it gets sort of dangerous, and he told his players before the game today that these guys have something to prove too. You can't look at it and say, you know what, there's a lot of different changes and a lot of different people out there. You just got to look at it as they're going to come out here and try to prove themselves, as Doney tries to prove himself in there, and Fiskus just shepherds it out of bounds for a goal kick for Detroit City. 11th minute to play here from Houseman Field. GRFC leaves off that early goal in the 5th minute by Matt Whalen. Super Matty Whalen, I believe, is what the supporters section in the Grand Army call him. And GR does the same sort of thing with the ball in the back feet, or in the back third. Not a lot of high pressure in there. Now as Bowie sort of does a little bit of chasing, that long ball over the top, intended for Riddell. Fizikis calmly grabs this one as well. In that 4-4-2 formation, it looks like they're going to try to keep Shrimpton and Riddell higher. And it looks like that plan is just direct and long, as Vector mishits his. It was right in the hands of the DCFC goalkeeper. Rolls it out to Miller. Fiskus now. not much of a build-up play for Detroit City at all here in the first 12 minutes or so. It looks like a lot of direct play from the back line into the forwards. Ball's taken up Donnie's chest. Bowie sort of fights it way through there, gets muscled off of it, and a great tackle. Great tackle by Kavanaugh, just comes through, wins the ball, and absolutely cleans out the Detroit City player. It was Bartel on the wrong end of that. Riddell checking back to win this one. Svihilic to Riddell now. Ball intended for Svihilic coming in. Good pick off by Vector. Now with Theba. Good combination there by Riddell and Svihilic for sure for Detroit City. Bowie not able to hold it. I was able to find it now. Kenroy Howell's onside. Matt Whalen was not. As Kavanaugh's clipped by Riddell. Riddell waves his hands up. Proclaiming his innocence. Not going to change the decision of the center official tonight. Deacon thought about taking it to Vector right away. Decided against it. He's going to take that long ball high. Deacon, one of the first players signed by GRFC. Still getting great minutes in the very good shape. Doney tries to go over the top. Not able to do it. Kavanaugh finds it now. Kavanaugh off the official. This is Moyes. And Sutton just sticks his left leg out and deflects that one's out of bounds. Coach Pierman over there trying to motivate his troops a little bit. Be asking them to build up a little bit of play still. GRFC throw in right in front of the DCFC bench. Considering the weather tonight, I mean, it's in the 90s, heat index super hot as well. Good crowd in here. Far side, fairly full. Near side, not as much. Definitely could be a different situation with the supporter groups as the Grand Army's on that far side of the field and Northern Guard here. Ball's intended. Shrimpton finds it. Fazekas, a huge save. Fazekas comes back out, and it looks like Svihilic off the rebound. Fazekas with a great first save off the header by Shrimpton, but nothing he could do except put it into the span of Svihilic, and Svihilic makes no mistake of it, and it's in the back of the net. And in the 15th minute of play, we find ourselves where we started, even, one each. Yeah, Shrimpton just drifted off his defender in there, and I'm not sure it was Deacon or Theba that he drifted off of. But Shrimpton found himself in the back line, great service in, puts his header on frame. Fazekas stayed big, not much he could do there. Makes the first save, and Svihilic makes no mistake about it and buries the second attempt. What was really only their probably second sort of half chance in here is Kavanaugh's going to find his in. Whalen into his right foot. Big hit over ball on the first touch. Whalen probably a little more adept at shooting with his left foot and a touch in there and hits that one just a little bit long. Intended for Howell at the back post. No shortage of chance here tonight. Northern Guard in full voice. And we're at in the stadium right behind them and across the field from the Grand Army. We're just drowned out by the Northern Guard. Whalen comes back and wins this one. Gets called for a foul going over the back of, I believe it was Bartel. Yeah, Bartel it was. Ball comes out wide to Kenton. Kenton into defeat. Shrimpton. This is Vihilic again, the goal scorer. Fazekas off his line quick, takes the ball right off the foot of Shrimpton. He said before, Shrimpton plays his collegiate ball just down the road for Davenport, NCAA Division II University, and I believe he was Division II, or the GLIAC Player of the Year, the Offensive Player of the Year in that conference. A lot of players around here have seen him, probably trained with him and played against him numerous times. He lays that one off. Riddell tries to hit a ball over the top. Physical contact here. Howell on the ball. Bowie. Sutton. Sutton coming forward now. And Sutton brings the ball back. Nothing happening there. Sutton thought he got his leg slipped, and so did I. No call by the official. Deacon, plenty of space. Long ball intended for Doney, sorry. Doney tries to take it off the chest, not able to do so. It's Vihelic again on the ball, who's been on the ball a ton so far in here as Kenton overlaps. A little bit of time in there. Vihelic does play in. Misplayed ball by Postlethwaite. A missed opportunity there by Moyes to play in Barnes on that far side. GRFC having a hard time defending in the back now. Tomasino and Doney going at it right now, right in front of the officials. Ball was over the head of both of Tomasino and Doney. And Doney turned and sort of went to ground fairly easy from Tomasino. Went to the ground, referee waved it away. And Tomasino took exception to that, tried to help him out, and there's sort of almost like handbags at 7 paces there. Center official talking to Tomasino right now. Doney walks over. Extended conversation here. Players taking a chance to get some water. Vector jogs over. Almost the entire coaching staff for Detroit City in here. Referee played it with a drop ball to start with. Sort of an interesting choice by Doney there just to hammer it out of bounds. And we're going to give the ball back for Detroit City because that would have happened. I think Detroit probably expected that to go into the hands of Favaro. Didn't. Kavanaugh wins that header. Sorry, that wasn't Tomasino at all, by the way. That was Miller. Corrections on my part. I got into it. Favaro plays his collegiate ball in the GLIAC as well. Saginaw Valley State University. About an hour and 45 minutes, probably north of where DCFC plays. Deacon hammers this one up the field. Doney and Fiskus. Fiskus gets the best of that one. Whalen plays in Doney now. Doney, great touch through. Whalen's in again. It's going to be Kenton clearing that one sort of off of toe poke there. Whalen probably had a chance to drag his leg there and see if the referee make a decision. Stays on his feet. Remember the last corner kick we had here, this is the second corner kick for GRFC. The last one we had hit long into Kavanaugh to Whalen, and Whalen just buries it. Kenroy Howell's taking this one. Same thing, left foot in swinger, back post target again. Kavanaugh wins it again this time, not able to direct it back off the back of his head. It's going to go out for a goal kick for Detroit City. 21st minute of play here, Houseman Field. GRFC, DCFC, all tied up at 1. The 30th minute of play, we'll be taking a mandatory water break today too with the heat index, talking to the officials before the game. It's just the stuff going on and how hot it is. No reason to risk health and safety of the players on the field too. Little touch foul. The other side of midfield in favor of DCFC. popped off and pulsed away. Decided to pull against that. Now it's going to be more of a direct free kick into the box. Doney and Miller becoming very good friends today. Doney's the one to clear it not very well. Finds the feet. And Miller, it looked like. Off of Deacon. This is Barnes on the far side. Barnes tries to play it in right away. Shrimpton turns. Deacon goes to ground, not able to clear it right away. And Barnes brings it down at the chest now. And DCFC sort of resets it. Looks at the feet. Svihilic now. Howell comes away with it. Referee gets in the way again. You got Riddell over on this side just standing there by himself. His teammates couldn't hit him. This ball's just not getting cleared by GRFC at all right now. Finds the feet of Kenton now. DCFC long possession here. Polstoway had to err on the side of safety. Flicks it out of bounds for a corner kick just in case Barnes was behind him, and he was. So it's going to be a corner kick here again. Svihilic all over the field so far for DCFC. Plays predominantly on this left side, but has been all the way across to the right side, been in the midfield a little bit more in the center part of the field, and a lot of the plays come from him. Of course, he is the goal scorer for DCFC as well. Sort of a short kick taken. Changed the angle of delivery. Left-footed now. Header by Shrimpton into the hands of Fizikis. Fizikis starts it quick into Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh looking for Bowie, not able to do so. Picked up by Barnes. Long-range effort. Barnes almost got a little touch to it. Could be an interesting situation if Barnes would have got a deflection to it. That could have changed a lot of stuff. Whalen drifts over to the left side now. As Howell switched over here. We saw this happen last week too, where the game started with Howell on the left side and Bowie on the right. Because Kenroy Howell is naturally a left-footed player, and about 10-15 minutes into the game, they switch sides, and it allows Howell to come in on that strong left foot. This is Whalen now, left-footed as well. Good tackle in there by Detroit. It's gonna be a throw-in right near the corner flag, and like I mentioned earlier, this is Trent Vector time. Vector, 6'3", 6'4" center back. Jogs up there and he's going to take this one. And this will be the long throw. So the targets on that back post, Doney and Bowie. Postaway gets up there as well. Whalen's in there. Delivery by Vector towards the near post. Favaro not taking any chances, a little unorthodox, just sort of punches it just outside that near upper 90. But that's that situation that it comes from. Anything down in that offensive third, inside 25 yards from the end line or so, is a dangerous situation for Vector to take. Right-footed corner. Derek Sutton jogs over to take this one. Keeps the in-swingers moving. Howell breaks all the ones on the other side. Big in-swinger in there. Finds the head of Vector. Vector not able to get on top of it at all and just heads it over the net. Sutton, collegiate player at Butler. Player of the week last week, I believe, in that loss. Last Saturday, Detroit City coming off a 1-1 tie against Kalamazoo. Theba takes it off the chest into Kavanaugh. Bowie's got space right now. Can he play Howell through? A little bit overhit though. The intent was there, just the pass was a little bit too hard off the foot of Bowie. Intended for Howell though. Howell, when he gets the motor turning a little bit, one of the paciest players on the field for sure. But a little bit too much of a vertical pass and a vertical run, and it runs into the hands of Favaro. Vector and Shrimpton. Shrimpton sort of takes Vector out of the way. Deacon gets turned in. This is Svihilic. Atheba gets a toe poke in there. And if he didn't, Svihilic was in on goal, 1v0. Riddell on this one, I believe. Sorry, that's Shrimpton again. He's been an aerial target in here, and this time he's not able to put it on frame. Shrimpton with two headers on goal right now. The one resulted in the goal. Fizikis made the first save, not able to make the second. And the other one went right to the hands of Fizikis. Detroit City just drop off and allow GRFC to play no pressure. Vector, big long driven ball. Doney trying to run it down. This is Whalen's going to get on it though. Whalen over to the far post. Nobody there. Farrell comes back in. And Miller clears. Not farther than Sutton. Sutton brings it down. Great touch by Sutton right there. Now through postal weight. Postal weight to Bowie. Howell drifts back on the other side now. Vector center back trying to dribble everybody. And it finds the feet of Barnes. Bowie nice to the ball. He's going to call for a dangerous play. High kick is what he's going to call. Questionable stuff. I don't think the head of Bartel was really by there. But they put it down right away and play. So it was ahead of Tomasino. Bartel's one on the ball. Svihilic now. Kenton gets up the field again like he did earlier. Theba runs with him and just shepherds the ball out of bounds. The ball the outside of the foot from Kenton just ran right out of bounds. Kavanaugh into Bowie. Whalen not able to do it. Bowie plays the back foot of Whalen. It's Bartel on the ball. Tomasino right back, getting in the offensive side of the field a little bit. Heavy touch, but it does find the feet of Moyes. Bartel. Ball played over the top. Postlewaite's got position. Not able to shepherd it out, but unfortunately he's going to Postleweight. The AR on that side of the field is going to point to the corner flag. There's another free kick, set piece opportunity for Detroit City. And all the big guys go up. The big guys, Miller and Fiskus, both center backs. Big ball taken in. Kenton with the flick. Cleared by Whalen, it looks like. The ball's put right back in the mix. Bowie gets up. GRFC not able to clear the lines that much. As Moyes just finds himself on the back post. GRFC a little bit of chaos in there trying to keep track of defenders. They get caught ball watching a little bit, and you can see Moyes come out of that midfield a little bit. And they just find acres of space as Howell brings it down. Barnes tries to get the tackle and doesn't. This is Fiskus recovering. Howell's got position on Fiskus. Howell brings it into his stronger left foot. Not able to do anything. Fiskus says he gets the ball. Referee agrees. Could have been a PK. Didn't get called. And now Svihilic now gets on the ball again. Svihilic going at Deacon. Couple little scissors. Comes inside. Tries to play Shrimpton in. Does. Fazekas right off his line though. Takes the ball off the foot. Or right before it hit the foot of Shrimpton. To Theba now. Bowie. Get off Bartel. It's going to be a free kick, or going to be a throw in. Quick restart in. Doney finds himself in the back line, and just like we talked about earlier, Bowie can take these long throws as well. Fiskus and Doney. Doney this back to goal. Now finds the feet of Bowie. Bowie to the back post, looking for Howell. Over hits him a little bit. Howell's going to be able to keep this in bounds, it looks like, on that far side. This is Howell and Tomasino. Howell now into Sutton. Sutton into Doney. Doney tries to flick it, and Fiskus just clears. Kavanaugh tries to flick it, keeps it back in there. And DCFC is going to come away with it. Kenton, left-footed ball, looking for the Riddell on the big switch. Riddell's able to keep it in. Off a postal weight, throw in DCFC. No rush here at all. Look for that water stoppage to come up here in the next few minutes. So we're past, we're in that 31st minute. Kavanaugh gets tossed to the side. It's going to be a foul against DC. Free kick for GR. It's not a scoring threat opportunity, so there it is. There's that water break in that 31st minute. So they'll take a water break on the field. I'm going to take one here in the booth. And we're back as the players walk back onto the field after that water break. That took about 2 minutes for those guys to stay hydrated. At temperature out here in the 90s, the heat index is probably in the low hundreds right now. And that turf is just brutal out there. The play's going to restart with the GRFC free kick in their own defensive third. We'll restart play in about the 34th minute of play. So they'll add some stoppage time to it at the end. Referee takes care of all that on the field. So just the air temperature in here is about 96 degrees. 96 is what it feels like here. And that turf down there is going to make it way hotter. Free kick's going to start with Fazekas, and DCFC just drops off again. I think in the first 30 minutes or so of play, I think it's been an area of back and forth chances. Both teams had a couple of chances to get in. DCFC probably about 52 to 55% of possession. I think it's fairly close. Whalen goes up strong on this one. Over Kenton, into the hands of Favaro. Favaro motioning for his team to get up higher a little bit. And that 4-4-2, when they go up and attack, DCFC is almost like a flat 4, flat 3 system. 2 midfielders and 4 attackers as Fahelik and Barnes just come flying up the system. Kavanaugh tries to head clear, not able to. Ball gets played back through Kenton. Kenton into Fahelik. Fahelik in that first 30 minutes, I think, outside him, he's probably the best player for DCFC on the field so far tonight, and a lot of plays gone through him as that ball is over the head of Vector and Riddell into the hands of Fazekas. Should try to apply a little bit of pressure, not much there. Thiba back to Deacon now. Miller picks this one off. Brings it across Fahelik. Fahelik dropped back into the center part of the field now. His work ethic so far in this game in the first 30 minutes has been outstanding. All over the field, making good decisions. And between him and Shrimpton, those are the two causing the most problems. As he gets the best of Kavanaugh there. Athiba does pick the pocket of Shrimpton. Shrimpton clips Athiba there. It's going to be a free kick for GR. Guys definitely feeling the temperature in here. Whalen's having a hard time jogging up the field right now. Taking short to Athiba. With overfield to Vector. A little bit hard for Vector to bring down. Does do a good job on it. Finds Sutton. Sutton out of Postaway. Haven't seen Postaway get up too much. Left-footed in swinger. Headed by Fiskus. Sutton threading the needle a little bit. Overhits the pass to Postaway. Postaway puts his hand up, acknowledging the fact that he probably should have been there. I think Postaway just didn't react fast enough and start his run soon enough for Sutton to play him in. Trying to play Kavanaugh and not able to do so. This is Fahelik again. Shrimpton pops out wide. Fahelik just attacks the space. Athiba gets called for a foul. Thought he got part of the ball. Referee says no. But Fahelik can play the ball with pace, keeps the ball moving, does good decisions. When he attacked it there for one of the first times going forward, and he got the best of Athiba. GR holding that 18 line again like they did earlier. Tomasino looks at the back post. Fazekas grabs it, no problem. Sort of an easy chance there for Fazekas, no problems. Might be a little problem if it was going the other direction with the sun in the eyes. But the sun at the back makes it very easy. Fazekas goes long, intended for Doney. Doney misses his flick to Whalen. Long ball played up for Shrimpton. Vector and Shrimpton. Fazekas gonna grab this one, no problem as well. Fazekas no shortage of chances to hold the ball today. He's in his hands a lot. His DCFC is playing fairly direct and straightforward. A lot of that stuff has ran through him. Whalen heavy-footed. Kavanaugh not able to keep the header in bounds. He's pressured by Kenton. Kenton making that long trip up, plays his collegiate ball at Coastal Carolina. Comes up to Michigan here to play for Detroit City. It's that long ball in there, Vector and Shrimpton now. Vector able to keep it, just hammers it clear, all the way to Fiskus. Yeah, he's probably the longest, basically you could say the longest player, collegiate player coming to play for Detroit. You got a couple players here from Colorado School of Mines that'll give them a run for their money as well. Both a good distance away, and I'd say Colorado School of Mines is farther away. But, got a player on the bench. Played last year at Hedden FC in England. So as soon as he steps on the field in the second half, if he does, he'll take that crown. GRFC with a fairly similar team that we've seen all year. Most of these players getting a lot of minutes in here. Only a couple players that we thought would make their roster and team sheet tonight, but didn't. Thiba to Bowie. DCFC just drops off. Derek Sutton trying to put his footprint on the game a little bit. Tries to find those gaps and sit in a little deeper. And rotates off of it. Just not able to find the ball on his feet enough to make the difference. Big long ball intended for Howell. Goes over it to Tomasino. Finds Howell. Howell does this little step over. Brings it back in. Not able to keep it. Heavy touched in. Spun by Howell this time. Howell just dancing on the ball a little bit. Barnes gets the best of him. That ball over the head of Tomasino finds the sort of hip of Howell. Able to bring it down, not able to do anything with it. But does cause some panic in there in that defensive third for DCFC. 40th minute of play, 1-1 here at Houseman Field in the Great Lakes division of the NPSL. A lot of points on the line here. Both teams fighting for that playoff berth. Only difference is this is the last game of the regular season here for GRFC. DCFC still has two after this. So if they come through with a victory, a lot of things could change. Howell's able to bring that one down. This into Whalen. Now looking into Bowie. Navarro off his line. Fiskus just shoulders Bowie out of the way. Thiba, great first touch. Into the feet of Sutton. Howell. Tomasino under pressure, 1v1, brings it inside. Whalen not able to get a foot into it, and Barnes just attacks. Post away, goes to ground, doesn't win anything. Brings it back. After you say more intent there than anything else, I think post away went to ground, trying to get some of the ball. Doesn't get the ball or Barnes. No rush for GR. Last time at Hamtramck, GRFC left it late, scoring goals in the 73rd minute and the 90th minute to win 2-0. Today they scored in the first 5, but then give up one thereafter. Tony tries to bring it down for Whalen, not able to. Bartel's the one that picks it. Physique gives another goal kick. Vector, unopposed, able to bring it up. That sort of deep line of pressure. As Kavanaugh tries to turn in there, Bartel gets the best of him. Into Svihilic, haven't said his name in a few minutes, and that's pretty rare. As Moyes gets in the attack. That's back into Svihilic, goal scorer for DCFC. Fazekas had the ball in his hand. Shrimpton comes through, fouls Fazekas, and then taps the ball in the back of the net. I think Fazekas definitely had it in his hands, completely controlled. Shrimpton just ran through. No malicious intent there. It's just a forward doing what he instinctively does, and a goalkeeper doing what he's supposed to do. Fiskets wins that one. Now into Athiba. Good touch in there by Bowie to Doney. Whalen. Tomasino gets the best of that, gets the ball. Referee doesn't do anything, just says we go forward as Kenton plays through to Moyes. Barnes drifting in an offside position, doesn't get the ball to him anyways. As Kavanaugh does. Howell brings it down. Riddell comes in, Howell puts himself right between the mix. He's able to keep it, finds the feet of Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh with some space, plays it to Doney. Now to Kavanaugh. Athiba makes his run and attack. Kavanaugh sort of overhits that pass just a touch. Athiba did find space. Bowie ready for the drop right there. Not able to do so. The ball's going to go out for a throw-in. Bowie takes it quick into Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh whips it over to the far post. Howell sort of reactive a little bit instead of being proactive. That ball's going to go over the end line. And it looks like everybody sort of got off guard, or caught off guard when Bowie takes that throw in quickly into Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh just turns, and Howell's just standing there watching the ball go by. Approaching coming in on that last minute of play in the first half before stoppage time. We'll hear how much that is soon. Miller long ball intended for Barnes. Postlewaite wins it. Good chance for GRFC here right now. Kavanaugh lays through it, not able to get it on frame. Actually hits the back of Doney. Sutton into Howell. Postlewaite makes an overlap, does get a good first touch. Bowie in there by himself, not able to find him on the cutback as Miller just lays in and deflects it back. But GRFC a little bit sustained possession in the offensive third here right now. DCFC trying to stay organized. Whalen and Doney just not on the same page. And that ball runs into the hands of Navarro. Rolls it out to Kenton. Postlewaite tries to bring it down, but Tomasino picks it off. And here we go, the attack with that right back coming in. Shrimpton tries to stay on sides, had to check his run, and it sort of delayed that situation. Shrimpton wins the best of Postlewaite there. Vector comes in on the poke. Barnes in the overlap now. And Fazekas with one arm palms the ball out of bounds as Barnes looked to chip him over the top. And Fazekas' big right hand just throws the ball out of bounds. All the noise up here, couldn't hear the announcement of stoppage time and how much that is. So Helik taking this out swinging corner. Everybody comes back in. Ball to the back post, intended for Fiskus, won by Kavanaugh. Bartel off the half volley. Kenton, the left back, is going to find himself in the right attacking corner there. Plays through to Svihilik. Svihilik under pressure, left-footed over the crossbar. GRFC can sort of take a break and breathe a little bit. Fazekas' goal totally entrenched in shade right now. Probably the nicest place right now in the stadium with the heat. Always wins the header. The ball hit the hand of Athiba. Athiba gets the best of Shrimpton there. Just plays negative through Fazekas. Riddell just drops back off and sticks to the game plan. Pyramid, I'm sure, which is let them play in the back, let them possess. In the feet of Howell. Howell's able to turn without pressure there. Howell 1v1 against Fiskus, brings it into his left foot, decides not to strike it, keeps on dribbling, now brings it into his left foot now, cuts it back in. Doney finds himself open, not able to do anything with it, turns and buries it in stoppage time of the first half. Doney, the big New Zealander, takes a pass from Howell after Howell just comes into space, is able to turn and find zero pressure and plays that ball across. Doney's first touch, probably not the best, but it didn't matter because he's able to turn on the second touch. And in stoppage time of the first half, GRFC are going to add to that goal tally, and it looks like they're going to go into halftime with a one-goal advantage. GRFC scores right away, and the whole team runs over to the team bench there and celebrates together as Atheba just takes about a half-gallon of water and dumps it over his head too to try to cool off in this heat. So now GRFC wants to make sure they can hold this 1-goal advantage and go into halftime and let head coach Lewis Robinson and his staff make some adjustments to try to defend here a little bit better in the second and try to negate that fact what Savihilic has done and what Shrimpton have done to that back line. So Scott Doney adds to that goal tally. They're both going to have in there the quick touch in, and Shrimpton comes in. And just like that, we talked about it, Shrimpton finds himself with basically a free shot from 12 yards out of nothing. And it looks like that's going to be the last kick of this first half. One of those things that always happens, the most times that you give up goals are right after you score a goal. Looks like head coach Perriman and the coaching staff for DCFC are challenging the ARs and the center referee. Thought it could have been a PK there as the ball did bounce up. Didn't get a clear, quick look at it as we're trying to scan the field here real fast. You guys probably saw it on film as well, where the referee's off quickly at halftime as GRFC walks off with a 1-goal advantage at halftime here at Hausman Field in the Great Lakes region of the NPSL. So about 15 minutes we'll be back. GRFC 2, DCFC 1. We'll see you in 15. Welcome back to the second half. In this Great Lakes contest in the MPSL region, DCFC down by 1 here at Hausman Field to the home team, Grand Rapids FC. Goals in the first half. DCFC's came off the foot of Jakob Svihilik. GRFC's first goal off the left foot of Matty Whalen, and then the second one in stoppage time off the right foot of Scott Doney. My name's Justin Harnden. We'll be here with you in the second half as well. Alongside me now, we're going to welcome in Josh Cooper to the booth. Josh, welcome to the game. What do you think so far in that first half?
Thanks a lot for having me. I think Fizikis is what stood out to me the most. Made some great saves. Really good job coming off the line and being aggressive. And then obviously such a big goal late, considering the playoff standings right now.
Absolutely. I mean, GRFC wins this game, gets 3 points. FC Columbus drops a point or drops any points, and they're locked into that playoff spot. AFC Ann Arbor's already going to clinch the place in it. With the victory tonight, they'll clinch first place. And right now, I think in the 70th minute over there, it's a 0-0 draw, and FC Columbus is playing down a man as well. So the second half, we saw a lot of stuff in that first half. I thought GRFC, a little bit more reactive to what's going on, had a lot of hard times dealing with that offensive threat and those balls by Svihilik into Shrimpton.
And DC playing deep, playing long, trying to stay in the offensive zone.
Finds the feet now. This is Moyes. Moyes over the top. Fizikis, one-hand palms it, not able to clear it. Off the line, ball's cleared. It is cleared off the end line by Trent Vector. Trent Vector saves a goal. Looks like Fizikis came out, misplayed it a little bit. Ball was bouncing in there, and Vector stays committed and strong, and Deacon and Vector, both center backs on the ground there. What a huge play right there defensively.
Just a lot of poise.
And it's such a scary situation. We're in the second minute. We're still in the first minute of play in the second half, and it could be a 2-2 draw right now between the two teams. But Vector and Deacon just being committed there, staying their lines, and a missed opportunity for Detroit City as well.
Physique is staring right into the sun right now too. I don't know if that played a role or not, but you can see him now shading his eyes.
Yeah, we saw Fizikis in that first half, in the first earlier game here against Kalamazoo earlier in the season, got chipped in the first or second minute of the game from a 35-yard goal in this same situation. That sun is right setting down, so it's like directly in his eyes. But no mistake about it, without Vector and Deacon there, that ball's probably in the back of the net, and we're 2-2. I think that stuff going in too with what Svihilik did in that first half for Detroit City. I thought he pulled a lot of the strings.
He's been their best player by far.
And Shrimpton making the best of it, finding the head a couple opportunities. Shrimpton probably could have a couple goals tonight, doesn't have any. He's the one that created that first goal from Svihilik as Kavanaugh dribbles into the midfield now. Atheba, misplayed by Kavanaugh into Atheba. Atheba's looking to go long into Bowie. As Kenton sort of drags his feet, Bowie sort of runs through him a little bit. Smart play there by Kenton, just dragging his feet, knowing he's probably going to get clipped by Bowie there. I think if you're either coaches, I think if you're head coach Lewis Robinson, you going to that halftime talk, you might have been pretty happy at the 2-1 advantage, but you almost gave up one right at the death too. I think it's a situation where you got to get your guys back on the same page.
Absolutely. Obviously, I would assume they understand the repercussions of this game. It's the last game of the season for GRFC, awaiting the playoff situation, and some other teams with games in hand. Going to be scoreboard watching after that a little bit, unless they can take control here tonight.
There's players that you're going to see off the bench. Both teams are going to probably use their allotted substitutions in this game, being as hot as it is. We had that mandatory water break in the first half as Barnes nutmegs Sutton. Whalen coming up, 1v3 right now. Takes a touch around him, not able to get to the end of it. But Whalen just puts his head down and goes 1v3, basically, maybe 4. As it looks like Howell's sort of pinched in now. A little different setup. We saw a 4-3-3 in the first part of the game. Howell on the left side, Whalen on the right side. And now it looks like Whalen's on the left side. Howell's more in that middle part of the field. As it looks like Moyes just grabs Howell. The referee lets play on, and a quick restart in there. But Vector's able to try to clear this up. Riddell is in there.
Trying to see if either team has made substitutions early in the second half because of the heat.
Yeah, it's a quick change situation there. Looks like number 9, Sean Lawson's up top now for DC, as it's Riddell 1v everybody. Misplayed by Athiba. Athiba now clears it. Blocked off by Vector again. Vector stands his ground.
A couple of big plays by Vector here to start the second half.
Yeah, saves that one off the end line, or off the goal line basically, and then puts himself in there as well. We'll see who it is. Roderick Green is on Sean Lawson, number 9, forward for DCFC, is on. We'll have to figure out who he came in for. As it looks like it's Shrimpton, who I thought had a lot of offensive opportunities in that first half. But maybe head coach Pearman just wanted a little different look in there. But it could be a like-for-like swap, as he thought Shrimpton gave all he could. We'll make sure we get it cleared out, but it looks like it was just a like-for-like swap. Svihilik's still on the field. Bartel's still on the field.
Barnes is still out there.
Yeah, Barnes is up there too. Lawson, a different player in there. Comes back in a little bit more. For a physical specimen, those two guys on the left side right now, in Kenton and Lawson.
Rudell gives him some size up front too. I thought he had some chances, especially off a couple of set pieces.
Different work ethic situation there as Barnes comes in the middle of the field, brings it to his left foot. Just not on the same page as Svihilik. He was looking for Svihilik to dive in and run. Svihilik sort of held that run. And that changed the situation for GRFC. GRFC in that 4-3-3 in the first half. It looks like Bowie was playing that attacking center mid. Now it looks like Kenroy Howell slid into that space, and Bowie's on that right side attacking. Definitely a decision in there, because I think it's the chance that created there of Howell getting the ball in that midfield for that second goal for GRFC. He found that ball in there, so it's just a tactical decision by head coach Lewis Robinson.
He made a couple of nice runs in the first half as well, but this probably gives him a few more opportunities.
Fiskus all the way back to Favaro. Favaro's goal completely almost in the shade now, the whole 18. And realistically, almost their whole defensive third is in the shade. Favaro to Fiskus. GRFC's line of pressure is still about the same as it was before. They're gonna let him possess inside 30, 40 yards without even pressuring the ball. Don't want to waste any unnecessary energy as Tomasino looks long into Riddell. Riddell gets in behind it. Fizikis off his line big, and it gets deflected. It looks like Fizikis makes the save, and the save off of Fizikis goes into Vector, and the touch off Vector goes in the net. Nothing could do there, but then there's that long ball situation again that we saw a lot of times, and this time it sort of bites GRFC a little bit.
Yeah, same tactics we saw in the first half. That's just bad luck. You know, Fizikis makes a nice play. Vector's been in the mix, doing his job all night long. Just wrong spot at the wrong time. I think that'll go as an own goal, correct?
Yeah, I think it will. And it's just an unnecessary situation. It doesn't really need to happen. And it looks like Vector goes off the field too right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, Vector walks right over off the field, goes right to the training table. It's getting looked at by the Spectrum Health training staff on that far side. So it could be a little something where he picks up a mild injury there. And he's still off to the field, so GRFC playing down a man right now.
That was Rudell again. You know, we mentioned that he had been in quite a bit of the action in the first half and shows up again early here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's just sort of that unlucky situation. Vector looks like he might have caught a little smack to the face as Whalen gets taken out from behind. And now it's Athiba. GRFC looking to try to answer. Athiba takes that touch through, keeps it well. Plays Bowie in. Bowie's going to bring it inside now. Bowie into the feet of Doney. Runs off of it, not able to keep it. Sort of missed opportunity there, and it looks like Bowie's going to look to commit a foul, but he's not. As referee looks to keep the play going. It's just Barnes now. Barnes, he's onside as Vector just comes back on the field. This is the goal scorer, well, sort of goal scorer Riddell this time. Cuts the ball back. Vector picks this one off on the run. And Vector's back on the field. Looks like he's got a little bit of blood. Training staff wiped it up real quick, and he came back on the field and held that run onside by Riddell.
Keeps checking his nose. I think it's probably where the blood is coming from.
And Howell's missed pass there for Whalen. Deacon, little sombrero over Lawson. Deacon able to keep it. Deacon going through half the team by himself. Lawson, Vector just toe pokes this one out of bounds. Yeah, I think he looked at the hand. The hand went up from postal weight right away, that he thought he was offsides, but he was held on by that far side runner in Vector. Vector looks like he's right back off the field as well. Just can't get that bleeding stopped right now. GRFC back down a man now. Lawson gets face up, able to turn, keep the ball moving.
Fresh out of halftime, but it does look like Lawson's fresh legs are making a difference as well.
A long-range effort blocked by Whalen. Donnie's going to sort of post up on this one. Fiskus able to fight through him, and Fiskus has a nice little word to him too as he gets him on the ground. You're seeing a lot of stuff going here where the referee's letting him play. The referee's letting the physical aspect go on. Kavanaugh now, Donnie able to turn. Whalen on that far side. Donnie looks to play him in and does. And it looks like the pass is just a little bit over hit. Whalen not able to keep it. It's going to be a throw in. That's that situation where you want Donnie maybe not to force it there, just come bring it up on the attack a little bit more, dribble, and get those defenders to commit.
And he was up there all by himself. Would have been 1v2.
The AFC and Arbor FC Columbus game 0-0 still, and looks like the 85th minute according to their Twitter page. Here comes your change. Derek Sutton off the field. Vector's coming back on. The substitutions, Nick Groenwald's going to come in. Number 5 is going to come over to the left back. It looks like Postelwaite's going to get a little higher in that situation. So Sutton comes off. Postelwaite slides back into the midfield, and then Groenwald goes over to that left back spot.
Is that a tactical change for them right now then?
Yeah.
Or?
When you watch how Postelwaite plays, and we've talked to Lewis Robinson a lot about Postelwaite, like he's just such a good player all over the field, and his vision and his game IQ and his soccer IQ is incredibly high. So that change in there, you put somebody over here at left back who's an experienced left back, gets Postelwaite probably a little bit more on the ball to make a little bit more effect on the game, hopefully, put his stamp on it a little bit more. And Vector's back on again. Not really sure what the holdup is here. Might have been the play was restarted before the referee was ready. Actually, let's see. Interesting situation there, but it's going to be Kenton on this free kick on that far side of the field.
Almost looks like the AR had a call that the referee missed.
Brought it back late. Kavanaugh's missed header there. Thebe with a strong header. Referee brings it back now. Look like he tried to let play go on and play advantage as a Howell looks like to jump over the back, but a referee just a little bit late in trying to bring that back. And if he thought it was a foul right away, just to scan real quick and see it. And the referee probably just...
It was actually the previous challenge, it looks like.
Yeah, from Howell.
Where he called the foul.
Yeah, but just a little bit slow on the whistle there, too. And you can't hear much whistles up here. The supporter section down below us has been in full force for 58 minutes so far. So the substitutions, looks like Barnes is checking out of the game. Can't see who's coming in yet. Once we get his number, we'll make sure we get that called in there. But it looks like Barnes is out. Long range free kick intended for Miller. Ball sort of goes through, able to clear it, and a big clearance there too. AR had the assistant referee had his flag up for a free kick or a foul right away. So danger averted, even though Deacon was on the line and cleared it off there just in case. But the assistant referee on this near side got his flag up and snapped it right away. I'm not sure if it was an offsides. Can't be an offsides, it's not indirect, so it's a direct kick, so you saw a foul in there as Fazekas takes this free kick. That player that checked in for DCFC is number 7, Roderick Green. Coming here to the right side where Barnes was. As Vector's able to turn to this. This is Postelwaite. First chance on the ball. Stoney posts up a little bit. Miller reads that really well, gets stuck in right away. Fazekas is off his line. Fazekas big. Referee's going to look at it. What is it going to be? It's either going to be a PK or it's going to be a dive. But it looks like Lawson's on the ground. The assistant referee and the referee look like they're talking. They all have headsets and communication right now. This is a big change situation here right now because they're trying to figure this out. The assistant referee's
no
here.
communication from the referee.
Yeah, the referee's not. You have no idea if he's going to call a PK or not. It looks like he sort of called it and sort of pointed to the spot, but it's one of those situations where Lawson got played in, Fizikis came off, and we'll see what this is.
The GRFC players are.
Everybody's walking
upset.
over, like this is going to be a PK.
Fizikis.
And Groenwald. Oh, and a hand to the face by Lawson on Groenwald too. The assistant referee on the far side now running into the mix, and there's players all over the field right now. And this referee's got to do something here to get his stamp on this because there's a whole bunch of chaos going on and not a lot of solutions.
Fizikis and Moyes were also nose to nose, and we still have no indication as to what the call was.
But it is going to be a PK. It looks here
like
as Lawson's the one that's going to line it up there.
What did you think about that challenge?
I mean, he came out quick, and it was one of those things where we said, Fizikis, we talked at halftime a little bit about it. Fizikis came out quick. He's got to come. And it really, I think Lawson knew what he was doing because at this level, you're going to know what you're doing. So you really can't, you have a hard time arguing against it if Fizikis caught him or not. And I couldn't really make a decision in that time. So you're not going to argue it is. But it is going to be a PK here that Fizikis is going to have to stand. And it's a 2-2 tie in the 61st minute here. And they got to figure this out here right now. Haven't seen any cards issued. Haven't seen any decisions by the center referee. And the center referee's looking like it's not going to be a card here or anything. But it is going to be a PK. Fizikis goes back here, and it's going to be Lawson and Fizikis 1v1 here, 36 feet away from the PK spot. Now the center referee's jogging over to this AR1 on the far side of the field and the fourth official. So we're going to have a hold up here to this situation. Center referee just banished a couple guys from the DCFC bench. Some of the coaching staff off of the bench area.
The game is starting to get as rowdy as the Northern Guard over here.
Absolutely.
On the sideline.
You know, and this is what you want to see that official is sort of take his stamp in it. Not able to do so, so he does get rid of one of the coaching staff for DC. He's walking away right now. And after about 3 or 4 minutes of time passage on here, we're going to get to that PK finally. Once again, it's Lawson, Fizikis, 1v1. And sort of a big moment here for both teams. And Lawson hits it to the keeper's left. Fizikis goes to the right, and Lawson buries it in the back of the net.
It's another tough situation for GRFC.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of time going on. There's still 28 minutes plus stoppage time in this game, and a lot of time in here for GRFC to get their mark on it here. But a lot of chaos ensues right there, and still Groenwald's going to the official too. And here comes that tactical change again. Looks like Bowie slides back out to the left side. And now DCFC finds themselves on the front foot. 62 minutes played in this game on their front foot for the first time. As it was first goal, GR, tied, second goal, GR. DC scores and scores back-to-back unanswered goals here. And now it's up to GRFC. As Kavanaugh sort of puts the wicket through the wicket to Moyes now. Gets the ball over the top. Bowie's going to run around him. Bowie's going to keep it in. Cuts it back in off to Tomasino. Played inside. Over to the far side. Matty Whalen. Matty Whalen on the volley. And just like that, it's 3-3 in less than a minute. Matty Whalen finds it on the far side. I don't think he was the target. I think the target was Howell in the middle part of the field. But Whalen brings the ball back down and hits it almost off the volley and into the side of the near post. And not much that Pivaro could do. But just like that, you see the game go back, and now 3-3.
You had just mentioned how much time was left in the game. I think that's a great job by GRFC keeping their heads after a questionable situation down there in their minds. A great job there just maintaining his run on the back post, because I think you're right. I don't think that was intended for him, but he was all by himself. Yeah,
Bowie, it all started with that big long ball over the top, and Bowie getting the best of Tomasino, the right back for DCFC. And Bowie had that little cutback that megged him, brought it inside, and was looking for Howell, but Whalen and Howell connected where you want to do. And I tell you what, 3 goals here in 62 minutes. There's 6 goals total in this time. You can't not be entertained by this.
It's been highly entertaining. It's also been somewhat against the grain, especially for DC, who's only scored 3 goals in their last 5 games and only allowed, I think, 5 in their last 9.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like that game in Ann Arbor is getting really close in there as he drags his foot. And this time it's Roderick Green who clips Howell. Still no cards in there. Howell goes at him 1v1. It's going to be a free kick and a pretty good spot here. About 30 or so yards from goal. give or take a little bit. Postal Weight's going to take this.
That was Miller in there again for DCFC. He was involved in that skirmish in the first half with Doney.
Yeah, he's definitely going to put his mark on it too. He's not a shy center back at all. And that's what you want from your center back. Because Postal Weight's going to take this one. Clips it into that far post. Looks for Deacon on the target. Ball's headed clear. Whalen left-footed this time. Blocked. Whalen left-footed, hit it again. This is Deacon staying in. Tries to get his hips around it. Hit it to the far post. Doney in there, 6'5". Favaro strong off his line. They're strong up in the air there. And a quick restart too. It's into Lawson. Lawson not able to keep it.
They are not afraid to play it long, are they?
As Kavanaugh just puts himself in there and gets tackled by Lawson. There's no shortage of afters here. You're seeing a lot of fouls. You're seeing a lot of shoving. Started with the Doney Miller situation in the first half. You saw it there in the PK called. You're seeing a lot of that stuff go back and forth, and eventually, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that could happen.
As the game goes on and this thing remains tight, I think you're going to continue to see those tensions.
Yeah, the crowd here tonight definitely going to get their side of entertainment. A big crowd here. As Fiskus wins the header over Deacon. And DCFC try to counter now. As Kavanaugh tried to recover hard. Kavanaugh just comes in there, takes a touch through. He's going to. Referee looks like he's finally going to go to his pocket. That's going to be the first card of the night issued to number 8, Cam Kavanaugh of GRFC for that sort of late clip foul there. But DC running it right back at it though as fast as possible. Referee's going to make him reset it. And it's sort of one of those things where I think DCFC was coming in a quick situation and a counter-attack option, and Kavanaugh probably thought there was nothing I could do here, and I had to make a professional foul to stop that attack.
Yeah, it was a smart play in this situation. Slow down the run.
Fair catch by Fazekas. Whalen comes into this one, gets a toe poke in. Kavanaugh just jumps out of a lot of stuff now. Has to be smart in that situation. This is Green. Postal Weight wins this one. Good ball over the top, or well, good ball through as Howell has to run it down. Howell does have some wheels as Kenton's on it. Howell to the far side. Bowie in there trying to get it there just a little bit in front of Bowie as Bowie got behind Tomasino again.
It was a really good look there. It was a good run. Ball was played in.
And touch hard, but I mean, the option was there, and you could see the pace of Howell, what he could do. And we still haven't seen Howell, besides that second goal for GRFC, really come at people with pace. And he's one of the fastest players on the field, especially with the ball at his feet. And he's just not finding that space, and that finally found it for him to come up there, and it created a situation.
As we mentioned, the back line of DC has been solid all season. So
yeah, Fiskus is definitely experienced. Played his collegiate ball at Michigan State University, so he's got a lot of experience, especially in that Big Ten, which is a demanding physical league.
Looks like we're getting another substitution.
Good. Number 96, Omar Sinclair, comes into the game. Replaces Tomasino, who's sort of got on the back foot a couple times here.
Well, you had just mentioned that he got beat by Bowie earlier on the goal and was beat again on that last.
Players all over the field here. And this is sort of a big thing here right now. I want to make sure we get this out too. We know that with a victory here tonight, GRFC could clinch a playoff spot if FC Columbus drops points. Well, that just happened. Final score in Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor scores in the 95th minute to win that game 1-0. So GRFC 100% in control of their fate right now. Win this game, you're guaranteed to the playoffs. AFC Ann Arbor wins tonight. They're going to finish first in the division, no problem. But now your destiny's in your own hands.
You absolutely have to take care of business when you get your opportunity. I would assume that the players have no idea what's going on, but obviously we do at this point.
Yeah, and I'm sure the coaching staff is aware as well. Howell comes through this one a little bit. Misses the touch. Nathiba out of position. This is Kenton in there. Howell comes back in, puts himself in, fouls it. Kenton looking to restart as fast as possible and gain a few yards on it as Whalen sort of rolls it back for him a little bit. That's a big result here for the boys in blue tonight. If they can somehow get another goal here and hold this off, playoffs in their hands.
Did a nice job bouncing back right away after giving up the last goal by DCFC. I feel like they've had a little more sustained attack in the second half than they did in the first half.
Yeah, there's not.
Bowie's done a nice job out here.
I think Bowie's done some decent stuff in there. He's got in with pace, just not able to get in that offensive third. And the only problem I have with him a little bit is just a little bit of slow in recovery right now. And just like that, he's going to find the feet of Green on there as Groenewald picks it off. Green tries to hit it off the full volley and misses wide by a mile. Fazekas wants the ball right away, knowing he's got to get that ball in play. And there's not going to be any shortage of wasting time now. Players all over the field warming up. Looks like a water break here right now as the referee sort of holds that up a little bit. Interesting to let it all happen and reset. Like Fazekas got the ball, set it on the 6, ready to take it, and then we call it. But I tell you what, we're here. There's 20 minutes or so left in this game, you know, and I think both teams really are going to have a chance to win this.
Yeah, I do as well. I'm assuming we're going to get 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time, considering the delay and the penalty kick earlier. So you're probably looking at about 25 minutes. I agree with you. I think both teams are going to get some more good chances.
And now it's going to see what head coach Ben Pierman does for DCFC and what head coach Lewis Robinson does for GRFC. I think the subs that you're going to see coming into the game are going to be very different. Detroit have already used 3 subs. They brought out their right back, they brought out their right midfielder, and they brought out one of their forwards. Now, GRFC's just put in a back, got rid of a back, or actually moved one into the defensive midfield role to let him pick some things off a little bit more. But you got players on the roster that are going to do some great stuff. You know, what you haven't seen so far, realistically tonight, you're going to see number 33, Eric Connerty, and number 77, Alex Mendez, probably come into this game late with fresh legs, high energy, and that back line of DC is going to be putting in a 90-minute shift. If like 3 of them will put in a 90-minute shift tonight, and that's a lot to do in this heat.
Yeah, I would, you know, they've been really solid back there all season. You know, they've done a nice job at a lot of times at night, but I agree with you. I do wonder a little bit what substitutions DCFC has left in their pocket, and with those guys playing so many minutes on the back end, I'm jealous of the Grand Army over there. Have been sitting in the shade for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, that far side bleachers, which is almost packed right now at Hausman Stadium, it is definitely a little warm. It looks like here's a substitution for GRFC. We'll see who it is right now. It looks like Doney's coming off, so Scott Doney's going to check off the field, put in a 70-minute work rate tonight. Does score the second goal in stoppage time of that first half, and it looks like from here, can't really see who it is right now, but it looks like number 33, Eric Connerty's coming into the game. Eric Connerty joined the team.
You just mentioned that you thought we would see him soon.
Yeah, he's going to be a freshman at Butler this fall. Played in the Development Academy on the east side of the state, got released from that and joins the boys in blue about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he's a pacey, strong player. Just like this, DC going to take that shot, and that's going to go.
I thought he had a little more opportunity there to maybe take another touch and get closer.
Yeah, and it's a change there as well by DCFC, as that's Adan Garcia comes in and just hits that, pulls it a little bit, goes wide of the post. Really, Fazekas didn't have much to worry about there. But now you're going to see the change happen. Looks like Whalen might be one pushing more central now. Bowie's still on the right. Howell's still in the midfield. But Whalen can play in that midfield as well. So look for him to sort of come back and track and do some stuff there too as Deacon picks that pass off.
Do you think we'll see tactic changes knowing that this is the last match and they can guarantee a playoff spot, or do you think they'll hold serve for the most part?
I think they're going to try to win it. You got to keep it into your hands. If you got to win the game, you're going to win the game. And that's that situation you want to have happen. And this might be our first look at Connerty as Howell puts his head down a little bit. Late challenge in there by Moyes, and that's going to be a card too. So Moyes will be sitting on a card as well. There's not much arguing going on there. He took down Howell, and Howell sort of coming forward on that one, and that's where the pace came forward. But that's a chance for Howell maybe even to see him in Connerty quicker too and try to counterattack as fast as he wants. But these free kick options right now are still dangerous. I mean, you still have Vector up there who's 6'3", 6'4". You have Whalen who's 6'3", 6'4". You've got really good height in that distance. And Postlethwaite has a good opportunity to put a ball on a platter here. And he looks that back far side. Groenewald actually. Header won by Fiskus. As it looks like Fiskus and Groenewald and Vector all sort of collided there. Fiskus did win the header.
Fiskus standing tall again.
Yeah, I think Fiskus and Miller, both the center backs, have done some really good stuff back there. And Fiskus is the captain for Detroit City, does a lot of great stuff for them tonight, and is sort of that physical leader back there, because you could have put it down when you gave up a goal in the first few minutes of the game. You could have put your head down when you gave up that goal in stoppage time, and DCFC keeps fighting back, and that's probably the leadership on the field that they have.
playing out there with a cast on his hand.
Yeah,
And speaking of the physical play,
96-degree weather. Now the whole field's in shade now. All the fans are in shade as well. Still hot. That turf holds that heat really well as Whalen plays it back to Bowie. Ball's deflected. Whalen tries to keep it. Bowie does have that ability to take a longer throw as well. So does Groenwald, who just came on the field. But Vector, of course, when he gets in that offensive third, it's going to be the Vector show for sure. 75th minute, 3-3 here at Houseman Field. Howell tries to hold it off as Kenton just smashes this upfield. Look for Groenwald to put this back in. Neither player wanted to jump for it. As Connerty comes back. And Vector just keeps the ball in possession. Into the feet of Howell. Howell's able to turn and get face up. This is Moyes, has to leave it on. This is Howell back in there. Howell to the far side and just deflected.
Connerty making a run to that far post. It was a really good run. Just missed an opportunity there.
And it looked like Garcia maybe trying to recover. Is it Garcia or Sinclair? I really can't tell. Sinclair recovered, had to deflect that out. Postlewaite's going to take this one. Corner kick for GRFC. Ball hit to the back post. Looks like over the head of everybody as Deacon's going to be the one to recover. Deacon does get a poke onto it. It's not the horse thing ever. It's going to be a throw in deep in the defensive third for DCFC.
Do you think we'll see any changes for GRFC on the back end? Because they're also sticking with a lot of the original defenders.
Yeah, the only defender they have really in there, actually they really don't have a defender on the bench right now. They got a lot of midfielders and a couple forwards. I think that changes there. The only way they might do something, if they really want to go try to win the game, they might go to a three-back situation. But right now you've got a point, and the point doesn't eliminate you right now. It just takes your destiny out of your own hands. Whalen comes in, pokes it in. So Reardon brings it in brings it to his right foot now. Now plays it in. This is Whalen again. Whalen for the hat trick, and Kenton just comes in there at the last second and wins this one. Postlethwaite now. Yeah, Whalen just took a little bit too long to get that one off his foot, but good recovery there by Kenton to throw his body in there.
It was a great opportunity. It was actually a little bit misplayed by Miller as he went down and missed a little bit on the slide tackle.
Yeah, O'Riordan comes out of that midfield spot and attacks out of it a little bit. Cuts back in, fights through that challenge, and makes a good decision to play it in there. And just Whalen couldn't make the best of it there. But Whalen's sitting on 2 goals already tonight. You can't hold him. You can't hold him too much.
No, not at all.
For that, as a Theba now. The ball's super direct now as Whalen looks to flick it to himself with Fiskus tight under pressure. And the ball squeaks through. It looks like the legs of Howell. This is Moyes in there. O'Riordan wins this one now. O'Riordan's pass intended for Howell, picked off by Garcia. Now that long ball in. This is Green. As Vector comes back in on it now. Green loses his footing. Vector just plays it in through Groenwald now. Calm play by Vector there. Plays in the midfield. Garcia on the foul against O'Riordan, but calm play by Vector, just seaming the ball in his own, and almost in his own defensive third. Plays that ball into O'Riordan. O'Riordan did a great job holding that one up.
Yeah, taking the foul there and getting the free kick.
Ball intended for Bowie. Fiskus wins the header though. Whalen misplays that one, and Kenton just comes to his feet. Good read by Vector now, finds the feet of Connerty. Yeah, I like what O'Riordan does. O'Riordan, when I saw him earlier in the season, I love how he keeps the ball moving, and he just he's 1 or 2 steps ahead of the game, makes a lot of the right choices here.
They've done a better job, I feel like, in the second half of bringing the ball out of their defensive third.
Overlapping run by Sinclair. Sinclair whipped in. Vector picks it off calmly and just comes out on the dribble now.
Off to a Theba, back to Bowie. Plays it long.
Favaro
way off of his line.
Reads that really well.
Very nice.
And sort of hammers it out of bounds. Looks like the next chance that we get, DCFC is going to make a substitution here. There's a guy waiting in midfield, and there it is. As the guy with the yellow card comes off the field. So Moyes is off. The only yellow card holder in there. And onto the field, number 18, David Edwardson. Steps into the midfield now for DCFC with about 11 minutes or so left in regulation. Postlethwaite comes up, seams in Matty Whalen, Maddie Whalen onto his right foot. Calmly brings it in. Now plays it through. Big save in, and Postlethwaite just smashes it home. Whalen did a great job, turns provider in there, does a great job on the end line, brings it in. Favaro, not much he could do about it, and Postlethwaite just absolutely smashes the ball into the back of the net.
Oh, and we had mentioned earlier the change of Postlethwaite coming into the middle, does a great job.
It did just soccer IQ was great. He saw a chance in there. Whalen got played in on that far side. Whalen does bring it back, does some good stuff, but Postlethwaite sees the space in front of him and attacks it and absolutely makes no mess of it and smashes the ball.
It's been really impressive for me watching the patience of a lot of the GRFC players here in the second half. You mentioned on the back end, Vector, and the things he's done, and Whalen right down there, just sitting, playing 1v1, plays it across really well. Keeper comes out, one touch, and then Postlethwaite slams it home.
Yeah, just Whalen did the right stuff by taking that positive touch, making Favaro make a decision and move a little bit. Once you get that keeper to move and you dictate the pace, that just creates opportunities. Looks like Miller's going to see his last action of the night. He's jogging off the field. And I'm going to go with this is number 24, Trevor Amon coming into the game, and the only reason I say that is because he's the last sub on the field for DCFC's. DCFC's made all 6. That ball over the top. Fazekas is going to catch this one, no problem. And it looks like Lawson sort of does anything there too. The referee's going to have a little chat, see what it is. And that could be a little bit of a change in there. Fazekas.
It's the same two that had the interaction
same two for the
earlier.
BK. And Fazekas has done this a long time. He played 4 years of collegiate ball at Midwestern State. Has played for GRFC for years. He knew what he was doing there. He's just trying to get that bait in there. Referee not having anything of it.
Not at all. I would argue unnecessary contact by Lawson, but
yeah, I don't think you need to do it right now, and you sort of saw it coming as Vector jogs over to the line again. Looks like he managed to get that nose wiped off one more time. But this is a tactical change. Amon comes into the field. DCFC is going to roll it with a 3-back system. So you got a 3-back. It looks like 5 across the midfield, so 3-5-2. As Fiskus just comes through Maddie Whalen and wins that one. Whalen does draw the free kick, and I would agree on that one. Fiskus does win the header, but goes through Whalen to win it.
Well, and we've talked all night about how GRFC, this is their last match and them understanding their situation, but DCFC also knows their situation.
Yeah, they've got to win. They've got to get points here, and they want to end their season too, no matter what. Even if they don't make the playoffs, they want to end their season giving up as much fight. We know there's no love lost between Detroit City FC and Grand Rapids FC.
As evidenced by the crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Postlethwaite, or that Bowie, sorry, on that far side. Bowie looks to seam in. Connerty,
another
not
good
able to
run
get on
by
it.
Connerty
Yeah,
there,
Connerty, great side on that backside, but Sinclair reads it well. Sinclair's that right back now, and it's just that 3-back system. Fiskus in the center, and then Kenton on the left, and Sinclair on the right are going to have to do a lot of that dirty work for the next 10 minutes or so. We're about 8 minutes left in regulation, but there's going to be some stoppage time, of course. A lot of goals, that big conversation with the PK, and the water break in there.
Yeah, I would have to believe it's going to be 5 or 6 minutes of stoppage time, but we'll see.
Here comes a change for GRFC. Looks like Kamara is going to be coming onto the field. Morris Kamara scored the 2nd goal at Detroit City earlier in the year.
Do you think this tactical change by Detroit City will open up some more opportunities possibly?
I think it's going to open up for Kamara as well. Kamara's got his super high motor and a high work rate, and will just run and run. And that's that situation where you might find himself in his space. That's what happened in that last game when he scored the goal in the 90th minute at Detroit City because of his work rate and his work ethic. So in this tactical change, GRFC is going to probably sit back more and play a little bit more of like a 4-5-1. And looks like Whalen's going to be the one that's up top a little bit. Even though if they're able to get in, they will. But GRFC has to know that they're playing with a 1-goal advantage right now. They're up 4-3. We've seen 7 goals here at Hausman Field. Riddell's not able to keep that ball, and that's the first time we've called his name in a while, as it's been Lawson for the most part.
Lawson being that change at halftime and the fresh legs, but Riddell did make the really good run earlier that resulted in the own goal.
Absolutely. Whalen and Fiskus under pressure, plays through Connerty. Connerty just sort of hits that long. You want to see Connerty be a little bit more mature there. And here's Kamara with Kenton. Kamara's just going to run things down. Not going to pressure Favaro. No reason to. Just going to stay organized now for GRFC. Postlethwaite heads that one out of bounds. Green with the throw. Green just takes it into Sinclair. GRFC just drops off and just tries to stay organized a little bit. This sort of can go against you a little bit if you sit back and sit back and sit back and let teams possess. All it takes is one little slip up in your shape and your formation, and they're in. Into the feet of.
That's Fahalik again.
Yeah, I haven't said his name either a lot this half. When you've seen those changes, I thought him and Trimpton did a lot of the damage in the first half. Now he's on the ball, looking for a long-range shot. Decides against it. Plays it out to Green on the far side.
I think Svahalik was arguably their best player in the first half, but you might be seeing a little bit of dead legs by him.
Oh, missed chance there by Lawson. Lawson just had to deflect it, not able to do so. I mean, the ball literally went right through Lawson's legs.
I'm not sure
off that shot by Green. It was a fast hit, but all you got to do is put something on it or put a little touch onto it. And with that, Fazekas on the ground getting his legs stretched out by Groenwald. Groenwald playing trainer down right now, stretching those legs out as he comes out. Sort of made a little bit of a meal of that one and missed it again. And sort of one of those chances where you just got to be a little bit safer with your decisions.
Did somebody on the back line get lost there, you think?
Yeah, I just think of how they came in a little bit. I think Fazekas came out, and that just, when the keeper comes out in the 6 and runs through people, everything sort of changes. Lawson now. Dangerous ball through there now.
Really nice
Postwaite's able
play
to clean
by
up.
Postwaite.
Howell tries the dummy at Sinclair, picks it off. And GRFC's finding themselves in the back foot here with a little about 5 minutes left. Fazekas, a huge save right there.
Save by Fazekas on Riddell.
Oh, my Lord. That ball hit there. Fazekas stands tall again, makes mistakes, but you can make some mistakes if you can make up for it with that stuff. Lawson gets that ball at the far post. Riddell is in there and not able to do it. And Fazekas, big right palm again as Postlewaite heads out the corner. But GRFC is on the back foot. A lot of bad stuff could happen in here for GRFC. Sinclair tries to draw the foul, not able to do so. Here's Howell. You got Kamara on that far side too, running it down. Howell's just going to take a touch and gets absolutely dirted by Kenton. Referee was going to see if Howell could get on the end of it. And Kenton had to take the yellow card. Kenton had to do that. But Kamara was streaking down in that far side. I'm not sure Howell couldn't hear him or didn't see him or anything like that. But Kenton does get baited for the card, but Kamara was just acres of space on that far side of the field.
I think Howell probably took one too many touches there. I think he was probably trying to beat the one defender, and then they were going to be all alone, the two of them together. It's just nice to see him get out of the defensive zone and be able to put a little bit of pressure back on DCFC here for a few minutes, hopefully.
Groenwald, the free kick. Fiskus wins it again. It's Garcia. Looks like Connerty not able to keep it.
Nice heel touch.
O'Riordan, Whalen now. Safe play in there by Whalen. Good decisions there for him to keep it. Now Kamara has just got to do it. Not able to do so. Legs all tangle up. And O'Riordan just smashes it. Not trying to catch it out or something like that. Maybe you heard the whistle already and just takes time off the clock. 88 minutes. 88 minute to play here.
DCFC plays it fast again.
At GRFC, 4-3 advantage right now. As it's Athiba on that far side, stretching his leg out right now. And like we said, this the only subs on the field so far you got to have. You have Mendez, who's a forward, and McCarron, who's a center midfielder. So you don't have any defender substitutions on the left. You can't make any. So it's going to be a tactical change if you do anything. But Athiba's going off to right now, getting stretched out, a little bit hydrated by that Spectrum Health staff.
We've obviously mentioned multiple times tonight the heat, and Athiba's been playing on that back line all night long.
And then up and attack and just defending too. I mean, just tracking everything. McCarron's got the penny on right now. Looks like he could make a change if he needed to. Miss idea by Green. As
nice
Groenwald comes through. Yeah, Groenwald comes through hard in here. Sinclair waving everybody in, so maybe Sinclair's got this long throw that everybody has too. GRFC playing a man down right now. Sinclair takes it. Postlewaite wins it.
Another nice, really calm play there by Postlewaite, as you mentioned. Really, really smart defender.
Fiskus just gets the best of Connerty in there right now. Sinclair.
DCFC really putting the pressure on GRFC here.
Vector wins that header. Green sort of keeps it, brings it back in. as Kamara does a great job defending there. As Waylon just smashes that up the field, gets cleaned out a little bit.
Kamara back on it.
And Kamara just running right now. GRFC still playing with 10. As Athiba's on the far side of the field, looks like they're trying to get a substitute in for him. That substitute looks like McCarron. As Connerty gets a poke in there, it's going to go out of bounds for a throw in. This should allow this change to happen finally. And it is the Thiba coming out of the game. McCarron's going to come in. Jack McCarron, good defensive center midfielder. So Hutch Postlethwaite, Postlethwaite goes right to right back. So Postlethwaite's been a left back, a defensive center mid, and a right back right now. And GRFC's 30 seconds left in regulation here. Ball hits green.
Oh,
Fizikis, and there it is.
We had mentioned the pressure that DCFC had put on.
That's just that situation where it's just coming at you, and you change that style of play a little bit. DCFC changes that shape up, 3 in the back, attacks a little bit more, and GRFC couldn't clean their lines. But what that is it's the situation of not having defenders on the field at the time and making those changes. And when those changes happen, it's hard to adjust right away. And GRFC's been on the back heel for the last few minutes of that, so they had to make that change on the fly and adjust on the fly, and they just weren't able to do so.
Losing your marks a little bit.
Yeah,
just transitions.
Just a whole bunch of uncertainty of not knowing where you're at. But we're in stoppage time. And 6 minutes of stoppage time left. So GRFC scored right away on the last time as Mendez gets on the field too. So GRFC makes an attacking substitution as well. Referee's going to call a foul against GRFC. So Mendez comes on as well. And GRFC's going to win it too. 8-goal game so far here. Deacon wins the header. Not able to keep it in bounds. You know, DCFC wants to keep in it. They got to win this game too. GRFC, if they want to lock it in, they've got to win it. Deacon comes through everybody, and the referee's going to bring it back for a free kick there as well.
This free kick is going to be a lot closer. This is definitely within striking distance.
Yeah, you'd think. I mean, with Fizikis a little bit shaky on some of the decisions coming out here. But DCFC is definitely going to put it in the mix. Fiskus does go up, who has all night long from that center back position. Svihilic looks like he's going to be the one to take it. Ball hit short off of Howell. This is Mendez. Mendez, no shortage of pace. Here comes Howell. Can Howell pin him back this time? Howell brings it back in. You've got Connerty on the Dario Reard on the far side. Mendez by himself. Can Mendez answer? Mendez into Howell. Can Howell bury it? Howell not able to do anything with it. Great play in there by Svihilic. It looks like him making the defensive play, and that's a missed opportunity in there. That was actually Kamara, sorry. But Svihilic, the one that took the free kick, DCFC in there, not able to do anything with it, and that's that missed chance there. This ball's taken into Connerty. Connerty not able to win it and keep it in play. But that's that chance for GRFC to sort of stomp it right there and just finish the game off, and not able to do it. You had O'Riordan coming on the far side, Mendez coming in, and just not able to keep it up with that pace.
Yeah, that one stings. Got another run here.
DCFC still coming in there. O'Riordan goes to ground. Referee's going to bring it back for a foul.
Foul against GRFC.
Head coach Pierman looking for a card for O'Riordan. Referee not having anything of it. Mendez sets it for him.
They've played it quick most of the night. And interesting the time they're taking here from midfield.
Yeah, this sort of makes that playoff situation a little bit tougher. Ball's hit high. Fizikis basket catches it. Fizikis looks to restart quick, and we got numbers up. Fizikis hits in the middle of the field. This is Fiskus now. Fiskus able to bring it down. Flicked into Mendez. Mendez able to turn.
Got a runner out wide.
Plays through Howell. Howell strong and fights through it. Howell's going to shield the ball out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick here. GRFC's going to load it up. We're probably in the 3rd or 4th minute of stoppage time at that 6 the minimum of 6 that the referee initially called for. Great chance here for GRFC in a free kick set play. Howell hits it in the middle of the box. It's going to flick it over here, and it's going to be a corner kick on this side.
Tried to play the inward bender to the back post.
Leaves the ball for McCarron. McCarron, the last substitute used by GRFC. McCarron hits into that back post. Header gets cleared out. Referee calls a foul as well. Look at this, Howell and Mendez and Kamara all back there. Navarro takes it, resets quick. Long ball taken. Fazekas going to come out to the edge of the 18 and grab it.
Trying to carry the pace of play here. GRFC, you can tell that they are aware of the situation.
Yeah, long throw by a long ball in. Mendez does get a toe to it. Fisk is going to probably have to play it back to the Favaro. Doesn't, actually takes a touch around Mendez. And Fiskus just hits it up the field.
We mentioned the patience of many of the GRFC players. That was a great play by Fiskus.
Yeah, Garcia just smashes that one up the field. Looks like Green on the ball now. This is Kenton, who slid up there. Kenton's trying to attack. DCFC is coming hard for what could be their last offensive threat and powerhouse here. Svihilic in there. Two people on for DCFC on that far post. Big physical play in there. A lot of tackles going in. Vector just takes it. The referee lets it play on, and Vector's able to clear. Here's Connerty. Connerty snap megs it in. Sinclair. Connerty does hit it far post. This looks like Kenroy Howell. Kenroy Howell on the far side now. Can Kenroy Howell do something? Kenroy Howell gets his foot taken out. Referee says nothing of it. Fiskus goes to ground. It looks like Kenroy Howell got that plant foot taken as Vector takes that heavy touch in here.
He's let several of those things go in the box tonight, made the calls outside in the field of play, but that's a tough one.
Yeah, it's just a hard touch in there by Howell, and you'd like to see Howell come in better there as Groenwald just stands his ground. Groenwald stands his ground again, wins it off Sinclair this time. It's going to be a throw-in for DC. Sinclair's going to take it into the sort of midsection of Lawson. Lawson tries to switch the point of attack. Not able to do so. Yeah, that was one of those chances. GR's had the chance to win the game here in the dying minutes. Not able to do so.
They've had
Howell's
some
in.
runs
Howell just
late.
sort of flicks it. However, Mendez is going to come through. Mendez 1v1 with Favaro. Mendez, can Mendez win it? Favaro makes a save underneath. Mendez had the chance to win it again. There's been 3 golden opportunities for GR to win this game. In the stoppage time, they're not able to do so.
Such a great run for him coming back. The defender fell asleep on that.
Just so you know, there's 5 attackers in here, and GRFC is on the back foot now. Heavy touch in there. Referee waves it down. Fazekas just smashes it up the field. O'Riordan not able to win it.
The referee has swallowed his whistle the last 3 minutes.
Referee didn't swallow it there, and just like that, 3 blasts. GRFC guys on the ground. Fiskus on the ground. I mean, everybody's on the ground just exhausted after that game. 90 minutes of play. We're no different than when we started. Both team leaving honors even. 4 goals apiece in here. And a lot of stuff's not happening as head coach Ben Pierman's still going out there at the officials as well, making sure he knows how he thinks and what's going on.
No difference than we started other than the fact it was a highly entertaining match.
Yeah, highly
Lots
entertaining.
and lots of
The whole adage of are you not entertained is there. But I tell you what, it's a hard thing to swallow right now. Columbus now sort of has a little bit of a better advantage now. I mean, they did drop 3 points tonight. We still got a point. So when we look at this, GRFC is going to end their regular season, because this is their last game, at 23 points right now. That's where they're going to be. Columbus dropped, and they're at 14, but they still have 3 plays to go. They're going to end at 23 as well if they win out. So it's the destiny's not really in our own hands, because then it goes down to tiebreakers right now, and that goal differential could change as well.
And they have 2 matches remaining against last place
again, yeah,
FC Indiana.
The last 2 games they play are basically FC Indiana for the most part.
And then they have 1 match
against Milwaukee Torrent. Milwaukee Torrent definitely could do some good stuff. FC Indiana been almost a sieve, giving up 48 goals all season. But that result is a little different for what's going on. It'll be really interesting to see what happens. Now GRFC sort of has to sit back and see what happens with FC Columbus and realize that the destiny's not in their hands. Not a shortage of fight tonight. I think both teams did fight extremely hard tonight.
Both teams played exactly like they knew the situation. They were playing for the playoffs. They absolutely went after it. We're going to have to sit back and watch now for the next couple of weeks and see what Columbus does and see a little bit.
Yeah, we'll know in about a week and a half with exactly what happens. That FC Indiana Columbus game that was supposed to be played about a week and a half ago got canceled. So they had to reschedule that. We're still waiting on a date of that one too.
Looks like Detroit City's now been mathematically eliminated. The point tonight gives them 15. They have 2 matches remaining.
Yeah, so DCFC just fighting for that pride factor. These guys, these new guys on the roster this time, they're going to max out at 21, or they could max out at 21. So they're mathematically eliminated. FC Columbus still in it. However, GRFC came in here tonight, tried to get a winner, had multiple opportunities, just not able to find the back of the net either, Josh.
The last 5 minutes for sure. There were numerous chances for them. And I give the keeper credit for DCFC coming out there.
Yeah, held strong there for sure.
made an aggressive play on that last breakaway.
Yeah, I think you saw some big saves from both of them. Guaro on DCFC side, Fazekas on the other side. I mean, no shortage of effort on both these teams. They both laid it all on the line tonight. And after 90 minutes of play here at Hausman Field in the NPSL action, DCFC comes into Hausman Field, gets a point. 4 goals scored for them, but 4 goals given against. No shortage of stuff here. Hope you guys were entertained by this, and we'll sure have to sit back and see what happens next week and a half. On behalf of GRFC, my name is Justin Harden alongside Josh Cooper tonight. Once again, 4-4, GRFC 4, DCFC 4. Enjoy the rest of the games, guys. See what happens, and hopefully we'll see you in the playoffs.